Hi there and welcome to today's video. It's been a couple of days since the last one because I've had my anniversary up in London with my wife, so I had a few days off, which was off from filming just because I've been with her and didn't want to kind of move into other things and give her all my attention. So I had a cracking time up there and actually had some really interesting experiences. We did a couple of things. I'd organised a few dinners and Joycey, my wife, had organised there's this amazing market in East London near London Bridge we went to. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me right now. I can't remember the name of it, Mill something Street. But anyway, we went there and there was this wine store and this guy sat down and gave us wine tasting. We went and picked some nice food from one of the stalls there and paired the wine. It was just wicked, so fitted in things I love, a bit of wine. No cheese, but that's all right, can live without the cheese. Had a bit in the evening. Anyway, what was interesting, the night before, I took my wife somewhere, I'd taken my clients before, a restaurant called Noir. Now, if you've never heard of it, the idea of the restaurant is that when you go in, it's pitch black. And well, not the very entrance, but when you actually go to sit down, you're led around by a waiter who's blind, you are then presented food. You don't know what you're going to be having. It's a blind menu, they call it. So essentially, you don't know what's going to be on the plate. You have to feel with your fingers, eat it. You can have wine with that as well, and you try and guess what it is you're eating, and then afterwards you see the menu of what you actually had and you see if you manage to work it out. So it's quite an interesting experience, and it's quite a weird thing because two things happen. First of all, your brain goes into overdrive because you struggle a bit because you can't see, so actually your other senses become really heightened. But interestingly with food, you find that because you can't see the food itself becomes more like fuel. It tastes nice, don't get me wrong, but actually we both found that after 2 courses of our 5-course tasting menu, we're both quite full. And it was quite an interesting phenomenon, concept to actually kind of take away from it, that how important is actually the visualization and the expectation and anticipation of the food and what you see on your plate. Now, there are various theories which I'm sure you've heard about the size of your plate. So if you have a small plate and put the food on there, it tricks your brain thinks, well, actually there's lots of food in this plate, so you then therefore end up eating less because it's a smaller plate full of food. So that's one example of this kind of at play, and it kind of puts credence to that fact, makes me think it might be a bit more believable. Now, I'm not suggesting you're trying to eat it in the dark. It's really hard because you have to use your fingers to get in there, couldn't really use a fork, but it's something to bear in mind that perhaps what you see and what you think you want are two different things, and this comes back to mindfulness and being a bit more conscious about what we're eating and how we're eating it. And actually on the Sunday morning we were staying at a Premier Inn in London, and you get like this all-you-can-eat breakfast, and I sat down, I got a really big cooked breakfast. I thought, right, I'm going to really splurge, enjoy myself for this, and I'd had about a quarter of it and I was full. Now, I could have stopped at that point if I'd been conscious, but the food was there, so I carried on eating, finished it off. Didn't eat again till the evening, but still, I could have stopped, and actually knowing when you're full and being conscious about what you're eating as opposed to just ploughing on through is probably one of the key things that we can do. We'll talk more about this in another video for now, but I just wanted to share what had been going on at the weekend, how things had gone, and yesterday, just by the by, I was able to do my first weight training session again in 8 weeks or 6 weeks, which is amazing. I got really sore boobies today from that. It was chest and back, so today is arms, so that's going to be good fun. Going to be sore tomorrow again, and that's all I have to say today. So anyway, it's nice to speak to you guys, and I will speak to you very, very soon.